Hello, I'm Jody Barber with Conservation Tax Credit Transfer. We're here at the beautiful 3R Ranch in the Beulah Valley of Colorado. The ranch is a cow-calf and hay operation, and it's entirely encumbered by a conservation easement. The 3R Ranch is the perfect example of how Colorado's conservation easement and tax credit program works to protect agriculture, land, water, wildlife, and scenic landscapes. Join us as we meet with the owners and manager of the 3R Ranch to learn how conservation easements and the tax credit program help them achieve their goals.
Hi, I'm Betsy Brown. We came here in 1981, and it was my dream from all my childhood, and it still is my dream. I love where we get to live. The cows and the calves are my passion, and trying to make the grass and the soil better is right behind that.
Well, I'm Reeves Brown, and I can just reinforce what Betsy said. From the beginning of our relationship is to be able to ranch as a livelihood, produce good quality beef, and do it in a pleasant setting. This is perfect, and to be able to be here and enjoy what we've done and do is just the basis of a lot of internal happiness.
My name's Chad Helvey, 3R Ranch, a cow-calf operation, 400 to 600 head, depending on moisture. Been here for my 6th summer, going into my 6th year. Kind of came here on just a whim, you know. My wife and me, we basically said, well, let's come up here and see what it's about. Came up here one morning, Betsy drove us down the lane, and we fell in love. Ended up selling our house that we just bought and came up here full time, and life works the way it does, and that's why I'm in the position I am in now.
What does land conservation mean to you?
What land conservation means to me, well, it means a whole lot. As I sit here and look across now, you know, it means that I don't have to look at a house over there in 10 years from now, or one there and 100 over there. Protects this ranch, the water, agriculture, the wildlife, and my peace of mind, basically. You know, being a first generation rancher, it can mean a lot. You know, a lot of hard work and sweat and tears in this business, and I don't know what the future holds for ag. But just to know that this will always be intact for my daughter, you know, whatever else happens, that means a whole lot to know the Browns' hard work didn't go to waste, and mine either.
How did you know a conservation easement was right for 3R Ranch?
It was right because it's the only way that you can take a pretty piece of land, and this area is rather pretty, and protect it from 40-acre development.
You know, we have 26 EFS of water rights, basically the oldest water right in this area. So to have that protected, you know, water to me, kind of getting off subject, is going to be a commodity, if not sooner than later. So to have those, it's very big, especially for production of what we do for our hay meadows, our irrigated pastures, river water for the cows to drink out of, things like that. It pays its dividends by itself, and it's only going to, you know, prove that in the future.
And we really wanted to see it tied to the land so that they could never be ripped apart.
How has the conservation tax credit program helped you achieve your goals?
We sort of became recipients of a little bit of funding and more funding and more funding. So that got rid of debt and put some money in the kitty for the future.
You never know down the road what can happen to agricultural production. You know, in 50 years, we still going to have a demand for meat. So that little nest egg back there helps feel a little better about whatever might come down the road.
How did conservation tax credit transfer help you throughout the tax credit process?
You work really well with the accountant, and I think that's a good partnership. I know in our case, we needed to know how to receive those funds and what was the most advantageous way. And we haven't, I think, lost a dollar working with you.
You walked us through it every time and told us where to sign, what this meant, what that meant. And so then you came up with the buyers for our tax credits. That's about all we can ask of you.
What would you say to a landowner considering a conservation easement on their land?
There's so many people out there that have trashed it and talked about it's a government takeover and one thing. It's not any of that. And it's just a good tool to give a landowner an opportunity to complete a dream. And, you know, just to preserve something that's pretty, seems to be appreciated, makes it feel good.
For information about the tax credit program and how conservation tax credit transfer can help you, please call us at 303-988-1700.